What's up, MV peeps? Eagles fanboy here, Paul Krans. This is gonna be my 2025 in the bag. All right, starting out with my putting putters. The good old Pixel. This is the Simon color combo, pink and black stamp on the white on white. These are very seasoned. They're getting a bit too understable for me in the wind, so I'm going to possibly be switching in some brand new ones that Simon just gave me. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not too big on a new putter type of guy, but I don't know. These are getting a little old, so Pixel all the way. I will never switch away from them, and I absolutely love the feel and flight of them. Now we have my only backhand throwing putter. The soft Neutron Proxy. This is getting a bit understable, so it's good on a nice hyzer flip to turnover line or a long drifting backhand turnover. I don't throw it too often. I mainly stick to the next disc, but I don't know, I keep it in the bag just in case I need, you know, the short 300 foot, you know, approach shot with a nice hyzer flip to turnover. This next disc is the Tempo. I have two of them in my bag. Absolute all-time favorite MVP disc, I would say. Just good for every single approach shot, forehand, backhand. I have this one, which is my understable soft Proton Tempo from the 2024 OTB Open run. I've had this one in my bag the longest, and it's just perfect for any hyzer flip to turnover or, you know, just pushing straight. I throw it on more short shots because it's a little finicky when it gets to, you know, the longer distances, but definitely my most reliable. And then this one, the Big Germ Particle Glow, is the more stable one. So whenever I need the most reliable, like straight to hyzer finish, I make sure to reach for this disc. It's a good complement to the other Tempo that I have. Pretty much you'll only see me throw the Tempo for all approach shots inside of 325 feet. So Tempo is by far the most reliable disc in my bag, I would say. That's it for the throwing putters. Now I have the mid-rangers. First is a hex. I don't really throw the hex too often, but I keep it in my bag just in case I need an understable hyzer flip to turnover or, you know, pushing hyzer shot. So I don't throw it too often, but in case I need it, I have it. Now the balance is basically what I throw for every single mid-range shot. This is the V3, definitely a bit more seasoned, understable for balance. Any straight shot, turnover shot, hyzer shot, I basically throw this on every mid-range shot that I can. My bag is as simple as it can be, and this disc makes it as simple as it can be. So definitely my favorite mid-range from the MVP lineup and my most trustworthy for anything inside of 350 feet. Moving on to the fairway drivers. First one is the Signal. I use this for all rollers. My ideal roller line is a slight hyzer, throw it low, and then have it get on a big cut angle, and it'll flip up and, you know, roll for quite a long ways. I can get rollers out there like 450 feet, maybe even 500 if I hit the angle correct. But for the most part, I like to keep as understable of a roller as I can, because I prefer to throw low lines with the rollers. Next fairway is a Crave. This is definitely more on the stable side of a Crave, but at the same time, I can throw it on nice hyzer flip lines and, you know, get long drifting turns out of it. Not really thrown too often, but I have it in my bag in case I need those type of scramble shots. Next is the Proton Drift. I absolutely love this disc right now. I just put it in my bag 2 weeks ago at Cascade, and it was definitely my most workhorse fairway driver in my bag. This is one of the more stable ones that I've seen. It's got a nice little pop top dome to it. but overall flies as straight as an arrow, and it can hold any angle that I throw it on. Next is a shout out to Ratana. This is one of the first discs that I gave as an MVP sponsored player. It's a Neutron Wrath. I believe it's like 165 grams, definitely on the lighter weight side and very understable for a Wrath. But I use it for hyzer flips on forehands and then hyzer flip to turnover on backhand. Definitely thank you to Ratana for giving me this. Next is the more stable version of that Wrath. This, unfortunately, I lost my favorite fireball at Champions Cup this year, and this is trying to replace that fireball. I haven't quite found the shot selection for it yet. Trying to beat it in a bit more and make it a bit straighter and more understable finish, but trying to replace that other fireball. Not quite doing it yet. Shout out Maple Hill. This is my fireball, most overstable fireball that I've had for any reliable flex shot on forehands or backhands, and then anything in the wind, I will throw it pretty much any approach shot inside of 350. Next is the Trail. This is my last kind of fairway driver, but Trail is probably my most consistent gap hitting distance driver, fairway driver that I have in my bag. This is one of the more stable ones that I've seen, and it's just perfect for any slight hyzer flip up to straight shot or long drifting turnovers on a high line. So my favorite fairway shaping driver in my bag, and I definitely would be very sad if I didn't have something like this. Now we are going on to the last selection in my bag, distance drivers. The Mayhem is, I will talk about this disc for hours. This disc is all-time favorite distance driver from the MVP lineup. First, we're gonna start with my understable one. This is mainly for forehands, but I've been slowly leaning towards it on more hyzer flip backhands. This is the older run of them where they came out flat, and it feels very comfortable for a forehand. Definitely my most reliable. Hole 7 at Waco, I threw back-to-back rounds on a forehand. It's that 450-foot par 4 that shapes through a flex line. Put it to like 25 feet 2 rounds in a row, and definitely my reliable forehand distance driver and then long turning backhand driver. The next one is the newer run of the Mayhem, where they came out a bit more domey and stable. This one is getting a bit more beat up and understable, so it's basically just my reliable distance driver that I can like do slight hyzer flips to turn over and then fade back, or long flexing shots. Definitely need it in my bag. Almost lost it yesterday, and I was frantically looking in the bushes for it, but definitely a reliable distance driver in my bag. And then the last Mayhem, this is a bit newer to my bag, more overstable. Basically anything that I need for reliable distance flights into slight headwinds, or just anytime I need a bigger flex line. Again, the newer run of them where they came out nice and domey. But yeah, basically just the complement to the last one, a bit more overstable. And the last disc in my bag is what I call Whitro, a nitro, patent pending, old, very overstable, very domey, pop top. I believe it's 168 grams. But anything that I need in fighting wind, or just giant flex lines or hyzers, pushing hyzers. But my overstable, reliable distance driver, shout out Brantley for sending me this. I've had it in my bag probably since the beginning of last year when I joined the team. So probably the oldest disc in my bag. Wouldn't go a day without it. All right, and now we will move on to the bag that I'm using. This is the newest version of the light bag that MVP is producing, and all around just super comfortable, nice thick straps and comfortable backing. Fits all the discs that I need, even though I only bag like 16, I think. So very comfortable, big side pouches, definitely keeping me comfortable on the course. I don't really keep a lot of things in my bag. I try to keep it as light as possible. I always have my homemade cut towels. These are just a regular bath towel that, you know, I use it as my chalk bag as well. Dry my hands off before I throw and then clean my discs off. Just a Sharpie and phone, and then I have a couple little bag tags. One of my sponsors back home at First Available Apparel, Melissa, she gave me this little butterfly flower, and when she gave it to me, I put it on my bag. And then back home, I am on a team called 2Buff. It's for our team challenge league that we play in the winter. So I have a nice tag to remind me of them. And then a friend, Trinity Bryant, gave me this cross that I keep on my bag. And I just, yeah, that's pretty much it. I have a good old lens cap that Simon came out with, the mini. Once I saw this, I thought it was hilarious. So I was looking for one and finally got one. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got in my bag, and keep it as simple as I can. I bag as few discs as I can, and basically just work the angles on them. Well, that is the conclusion of my in the bag. I bag very few discs. If you think that I should bag more, let me know in the comments. I'm always open to suggestions. I appreciate every single one of you watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.